auto data structuring. This is one of my favorites.
Okay, I know because we see it all. Like, people are using this platform and Zoom, and they're using CEO Juice, or they're using, their CRM, and it's just it's a junk drawer. And as we look to optimize the marketing spend for our customers, we're finding that if we can structure the data in a way where it's organized, we can then leverage that exponentially versus trying to pick it out at different areas. And anyway, so when it comes to this area, obviously CRM resistance from the sales reps, how do we alleviate that pain? You've all heard, right? Bad data in, bad data out. We talk to unstructured data. And if you think about it, if you wrote down on a piece of paper right now all of the different databases you have that would have current or potential customer information, you've probably got a long list, or at least multiple, where ideally you want to have it in one environment. And then as a result, if we're dealing with fractured data, we can't be as effective as our marketing team can be in terms of, identifying profiles or ideal customer profiles, et cetera, and marketing accordingly. So let maybe talk to this, Aaron, because it's a common challenge we see people having.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest challenges. I managed large sales forces before, and this is one of the biggest issues that I found within sales teams is the manual data entry. I got a prospect, right? Somebody's engaged. Now I have to go over to the CRM and I need to add all that data in there. And that's going to take me 10 to 20 minutes to get that right, to build my contact data, to build the company data, to build the deal data, associate everything, right? And the data that we're asking salespeople to enter and update is becoming more and more and more. So by automating this one thing, we're literally able to save every single sales rep like 20 to 40 minutes a day on average, depending on the velocity of prospects and customer data that they're handling. So here's how it works. We're going to show this live and visualize this for you. So the prospect data, once I get a customer engaged or I have data that I want to enter, a lot of the times the communication is in the email, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to forward that email to a parser, an email parser, an inbox, okay? And what ChatGPT is going to do, we use Zapier to watch that inbox and then send that data into ChatGPT. ChatGPT ingests the data, parses the data, creates the data structures, and then processes it into something usable that we can then automatically inject into a CRM, into an Excel or Google Sheet, right? With all of the proper associations and assignments. And then because we have that data structure and we can even create data over here, we can now then run downstream automations like notifications, like automated engagements, and so on. So let's show how this works. This is, again, one of my favorite. This is one of the first ones that I built.
This is a no-brainer. So he's going to show you here, folks, an email that a customer would send to you or one of your salespeople, and how using AI, again, he converts this into a structured environment. Take a look at this.
Okay, so here's an example. So I just sent this email to John Doe at a law office. Hi, John. My name is Aaron. I work with Hype Local. We specialize in IT services for Toronto-based businesses. I noticed that you've been in business for over 5 years and wondering if you need any help setting up, saving time, or saving money with your office technology. Okay, prospect responds back, hey, yes, we might need some help. What type of services do you offer? Okay, I respond back, hey, John, we've been in business for 20 years and we offer managed IT, print, managed security, remote workforce technology, right? The works. This can be, of course, anything. Are you looking for support on any of these solutions right now? John responds back, typical prospect response. Yes, I am actually looking for somebody interested in that. Can we get on a call in the next few days? Okay, so now I've got the prospect data as a salesperson. I got to go enter this into the CRM. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to forward this to an email. Okay, so let me grab the email that we have here. So the email that I set up is auto data structuring, right? Just a random mailbox through the Zapier automation system. I'm going to send this. Okay, this is now going to take a second to pipe all the way through the funnel. So we'll give it.
What's happening, folks, is the pertinent data out of the customer's emails is being extracted and using the AI organized in a manner that, your rep would manually have to put it into your CRM or whatever, environment you're using.
Exactly. Yeah. And what it's also doing is it's actually creating new data just based on the initial inputs that were being entered in there, and based on the commands and instructions that we're giving ChatGPT. So as an example, you'll see, here we go. Let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to zoom in here. Okay, so we can see here, here's our timestamp for this that just took place. Okay, JD Law Office, the title of the person, right? We can see all our fields, the first name, the last name, phone number, the email, right? The time zone, what services they requested, and then a description here. Aaron Leblanc, CEO of Hype Local Marketing, reached out to John Doe, General Manager, JD Law Office, offering IT services for his Toronto-based business. John responded positively, expressing interest, and proposed schedule a call in the following days to discuss further. So you can see here, I've actually inferred a number of fields here just based on what data was in that email, right? Because there's the title data. There's, what is being discussed here, and so on. So, I can't say this enough. The sky's the limit. We've done some really, really unique and custom things just based on what's in the email and creating those notes. And then this here,
sorry,
go ahead.
Questions people may have. If you would, sales territories, Aaron, are often structured by zip code. Okay. So, and, is that able to be picked up if it's not actually in the email? You know what I mean? Like,
so what you could do is, a lot of the times a person's phone number is in the email or the address, right? And you can actually have the AI process the data and pick that up and create the zip code or infer the data, right?
Okay. So
go ahead, sir.
The reason I thought this was relevant to our audience is because, sales turnover, from what we see in our rural centers, 20 to 30%. In metro centers, sales turnover could redline up, close to 50%. And so as you've got reps turning over, we all know that the intentions may be good, but the actual uploading of the data or capturing all those communications that rep does while he or she's there for 3 months, 6 months, whatever. I just thought this would be a simple one for you, the business owner, to get the juice out of the activities while that person was there, let alone remove all the manual effort from your mature reps that we want, spending more time selling. And lastly, those fields can be set up. Aaron just gave you some examples there. You could set up whatever the structure you want, but those are just some basic ones we want to show. Sorry, buddy.
For sure. Those fields are just examples, and that data can be injected automatically into a CRM, right? With the proper assignments and associations created. And the sky's the limit. What we've done off of that data is create automated email nurtures, put them into segmented lists, right? And even use AI down here to do additional processing, to do other things, which can be very interesting. So,
what would be an example of other things, Aaron? So
craft a business proposal as an example, right? Suck in actually all the parameters that the IT reseller might have for how to structure a quote or a business proposal, and then have AI actually create the raw content for the proposal, and then have the rep just go in and basically edit things. You can even give a template and have AI fill in the template with structured data. Like it's unbelievable.
One thing, this is why I showed that confusing roadmap at the beginning, is there's two things, right? One is, how do we use it in a way that drives business results, not get caught in the noise. As Aaron's saying, it's an endless road what you can do with this. And that's why what we're trying to do today, again, is show you some basic ones that are immediate ROI that I believe are applicable to you, the people watching today. The other thing to think about too is once you set these up, it's not like you have to do it every month or every quarter. Like these are automated workflows. Now, sometimes you have to come in and tweak them, of course, et cetera. But what we're finding is that customers are doing level 1, then they're coming back and immediately doing level 2, then level 3. So again, these are some basic ones that we're doing now that we wanted to kind of, again, show you and not just talk about. Sorry.
No, perfect. So, I talked about the opportunities using that data within other automations like Slack or Teams, automating the data into CRM or other systems that maybe your QuickBooks account, right? As an example, gearing the AI to infer additional data from the info parsed and create new fields, right? Like checkboxes, like, hey, is this a decision maker, right? Boolean fields that we can then use in our automations later down the line.
One thing, Aaron, we're doing right now is, person inquires on managed IT services. We've got set up an automated, buyer checklist. Hey, John, you're interested in IT. Here's a checklist that, oh, by the way, has a criteria that favors your solution potentially that is automatically presented to the buyer. So we're trying to match the activities to the buyer journey, not just simplify the sales effort, but look at both sides as we do this. Anyway. So auto structuring, very relevant, easy to do.